Eh, hello, I'm here. I had to speedrun through dinner to be here on time, but it's fine. Ah. Hi Saber, hello Drewners, hope you all are doing good. Well, welcome to a late night stream of Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies, where I literally don't have any other hour to do this, so I just kinda have to do it right after I come back from my classes. But oh well, what can one do? But yeah, I figured I might as well try to get Mondays as like the day I mainly do this kind of stuff. As long as I don't return home half dead from class with all the tiredness on me. But yeah, that aside, how's your day been, Saber? Doing good? This is turn. Yeah, glad to hear. Now it's time to you say relax, but I'm about to start a trial of this thing. So like not that relaxing. But I have everything set up, so I might as well do. There we go. No. I honestly don't have any idea what's going to happen in this trial. Like, absolutely zero clue of anything that could happen. Because Jury is going to talk here. Apparently there's some big conspiracy relating to Blackwell. And he's kinda going nuts on trying to find the culprit that's related to the bombings. So, yeah, that's... sounds complicated. Oh, you got a guide ready. Nice. Hopefully I won't need it. Continue with the cosmic turnabout on the trial. Okay, December 28th, 10:15, courtroom. I didn't even get to talk with Sol before the trial, oh boy. Day 2, court is now in session, all rise. Up. What the fuck? Oh, is he still scared about the bombs and stuff? Oh boy. To be fair, considering how the first trial for Sol went, I'm not surprised he's a bit scared. I suppose we should reconvene the trial of Sorbonne Starbuck or something.
Objection!
Your Honor, could you please come out from under your bench? There are no more bombs, I promise. oh yes, my apologies. I'm still a little jumpy when it comes to trials involving bombs. I mean, first the courtroom exploded. I am Mr. Donald self-destructed. I guess that's one way of describing what happened to Tonate. Anyway, it seems that Mr. Justice was seriously wounded by Mr. Tonate's actions. So you, Mr. Wright, will be taking out the defense? You have an understanding of what has happened in the trial so far? Yes, Your Honor. For once, the defense is actually ready. I'm not trying to scramble for a case. Very well, his prosecution are also ready. Huh? I think you'd like me to give the opening statement this time? Looks like the Jets has become a pretty good mind reader. Well, he's certainly seen more than his fair share of colorful prosecutors. You ain't wrong about that, Phoenix. You could say he's something of a veteran of sorts. Hi, Speaky, have fun. Let's see, in the previous part of this trial, we learned that the victim, Cateran, escaped from Launchpad 1 carrying the defendant Solomon Starbuck. There were explosions on the second floor of the Space Center and on the rocket itself. The astronauts used the Launchpad 1 corridor to reach their boarding launch. And... how could the victim climb down the ladder if he was carrying the defendant? That was the mystery that needed to be solved. Mr. Justice proved that the victim was killed in the boarding launch. Professor Blackwell, were you able to discover the new factor to this point? Upon further investigation, we discovered an oxygen tank fragment in the lounge. Surprisingly, it would appear that Justice Dono's argument was correct. So that means the testimonies on the first two people on the scene are suspect. Yeah, two people going to be first, we're going to trust their statements. The Tick Candies and Yuri Cosmos. And just as our team was about to cross-examine Detective Arm, the courtroom bombing incident occurred. The trial was put on hold. That accursed fellow! He killed my witness! He killed Detective Arm! Definitely put the kibosh on anyone asking her about what she saw. Exactly, in other words, the question of who killed the victim in the boarding lounge has once again become the main focus of this trial. So obvious Prosecutor Blackwell still thinks it was Mr. Starbuck. Fulbright said that Blackwell has a thing against the astronaut. Nevertheless, the defense argues there was a third person in the lounge, and that's who killed the victim.
Objection!
Huh, to make such a reckless claims in the courtroom takes a bold man, or a stupid one. How about both? There's no third person in the boarding lounge. Or have you gone dotty already? Old man.
Objection!
We'll see who's the daughter after I trans you with my years of experience with the boy. Okay. Man, I miss having Phoenix as the defense. I love how with the years she's actually started like being the one who throws back the quips. In any case, Mr. Starbucks claims he saw someone leaving the lounge. Furthermore, a Space Center employee also saw a suspicious figure at the scene. Is that a third person? I see my sister has been running her mouth. That's right, I almost forgot that Aura is Prosecutor Blackwell's sister. No matter, she didn't see this mystery person's face clearly. Therefore, there is no evidence to indicate that this person was not a defendant. I guess the possibility that the figure was Mr. Starbuck is still there. In brief, we need to determine if a third person was there or not. To this end, we should hear the testimony of one of the first people on the scene. Nectar's Cosmos, huh? Very well, bailiff, please bring the witness to the stand. Oh boy, time to do Curious Boys once more. I believe I've seen you before in the newspapers. Of course you have! Of course you have! I am Yuri Cosmos. Director of the Cosmos Space Center, which was of course named after me, Yuri Cosmos. This is the part where you applause, fellow people. Don't you have anything you wish to ask me? Looks like he's all geared up to do some bragging. 7 years ago, I successfully launched the Hat-1 and... The fucking goddamn music! Just shut the fuck up. Everyone already knows how brilliant you are. Even I am trying to hold back my tears. God damn it, Blackwell. Even I am trying to hold back my tears at seeing such a great man standing before me. So could you please proceed directly to your important testimony? Oh God, oh my God. The moment I heard that Yuri was going to be a witness, I knew this was going to be great. Ah ha ha! I see this fine young lad has a proper appreciation of greatness. Allow me to give my epochal testimony that will be recorded in the annals of history. That feature was just blackmail just now. It sounded more to me like he was poking fun at Director Cosmos. He sure was, but we just... Probably for the best that it's sailed right over the director's head. Now let me, Director Cosmos, the condensed version of your illustrious testimony, please. Let me pour myself a drink real quick. What I saw on the scene. Selective arm and eyes rushed towards the boarding lounge together. We went via the control room and picked it from there to see what was going on inside. We saw a figure standing in the middle of the lounge and Terran lying on the floor. I hate to say it, I can only imagine the standing figure must have been Starbuck. So you didn't see the face either. That's interesting. Like, I was expecting them to just find Soul and Terran lying on the ground. I didn't expect them to see the figure, but not see Soul. I see. So, in your testimony, you claim you arrived on the scene after the two had escaped from the launch pad to the lounge, and just after the victim had been killed. Ah, the horror! The humanity! But what I said is what I saw, and what I saw is what I said. Courageous action to take in the face of the terrifying explosions, wouldn't you say? To save my men, I went personally into the epicenter of danger. Risking my own life for theirs! Ah ha 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 ha! Well, you know, it sounds like the director really cares about his men. Yeah, although it sounds more like he was scared and just had a peek from far away. I mean, still, I will say that's still commendable. Is Vance ready to cross-examine the witness? Yes, Your Honor. Director Cosmos' testimony is pretty vague. I'm going to have to press him and draw out some more information before I do anything else. Indeed. Oh boy! Okay, you rush together. Where were you coming from? The 6th floor. We are making sure any stragglers make their way to the 4th floor. Just then we heard about Starbuck and Terra and hurried to the 3rd floor lounge. Oh my! Galactic scooter here, of course. Why do you keep calling it galactic? Does it have something to do with space? Of course! It is specifically designed to be used on galactic battleships. Sure, bud. I see. Then I take it works in 0G2? Sadly no, with the current state of technology as it is. I am afraid it will just float out and be galactically useless. Well, that's a galactic bummer. I see, so you rush to the boarding lounge on the space age pogo stick. Pogo stick! I can't believe they just call a scooter a pogo stick. And when you go to the scene, what do you see? You clicked in. Let's see, according to this diagram, you don't have to go through the control room to get to the boarding lounge one. Looks like you could have come there from the southern corridor as well. Yes, but in her haste, the arm rushed ahead of me towards the control room. All I could do was merely follow behind her. I see. So I peeked into the boarding lounge from the control room door and... Standing in the middle of the lounge. So you couldn't see who the figure was, clearly what they were doing. I love how Japanese games love to make their grey featureless males their mysterious figures. Sadly, the only thing I could tell was that it was a person standing motionless. The defendant, no doubt, staring aghast at his teeth. What other explanation is there? Ah, it's so close. But without evidence I can prove that person's a third party. Auntrale is in this hand. I have to say, I can only imagine the standing people must have been in Starbucks. Our Black Widow also saw a suspicious figure in the lounge. But she gave the statement that it was too dark to see the person's face clearly. Did you see this figure's face clearly? No, not clearly. The lighter they were holding illuminated the area around their feet at the time. But other than that, I could see very little else. That's why I could see Terran, but I couldn't see the other person, who the other person was. Nothing more ominous than a big featureless blow of a man. So for all you know, it might not have been Mr. Starbuck, isn't that correct? I would like to believe that. Starbuck isn't the type of man who's capable of murder.
Objection!
When the witness entered the boarding lounge, there was no third person there. Isn't that correct? Great Space Center Director? Yes, that's right. Only Starbuck and Terran were there by that time. After we peeked in, the lounge suddenly went dark and the figure vanished. When they disappeared? That's odd.
Objection!
The reason the figure appeared to vanish is because it was the defendant. When the witnesses weren't looking, he fell to the floor and feigned unconsciousness.
Hold it!
Hold on, Director Cosmos, did you ever take your eyes off the scene? Just for a brief instant, but as long as it takes for a shooting star to go by. If you took your eyes off the scene, the expert third person could have escaped during that time. But what escape route could this person have used? The direction opposite the control room, the southern door to the elevators. There's no security lock on that door, so it would have been possible to escape that way.
Objection!
Okay, so what do you have for us? All things are possible, right, Dono? The real question is, do you have any proof? Funny thing, yeah, if we're just talking possibilities, we could each profess whatever we'd like. An inmate who used to be a university professor and lunar researcher used to say that there is a kingdom of little green men who live under the surface of the moon. As long as they don't punish us in the name of said moon for what we've done to it. In the name of the moon, I'll punish you! But I say, where's your proof that this Queen Kingdom exists? Is telling your theory a work of fiction, boss? He's right, I don't have any proof yet. Still. The southern door was a possible escape route, I'd better make a mental note of that. Director Cosmos, may I ask you a question? Yes? Why do you look away from the boarding lounge? Ah ha ha! There's actually another tale of bravery behind the answer to that. It was when Detective Arms had the figure and raised her gun. Being a great humanitarian and protector of mankind, I tried to stop her. What? You're saying Detective Arms raised her gun as soon as she saw the figure? I imagine her instincts as a detective told her they weren't the killer. I don't know about that. Were you able to prevent Detective Arm from firing her gun? I'm afraid I was too late. I was unable to stop her. She identified herself clearly then. She fired 2 warning shots at the shadowy figure. That information about Detective Arm's action sounds critically important. Please add it to your testimony. You said she fired 2, but we only found proof of 1 single bullet hole. Okay, I guess I'll have to object that. And if these 2 shots hit the culprit? That is correct, the detective appears to have missed on purpose. But is she really? There's something about this that bothers me. Yep, so she probably hit the oxygen, either an oxygen tank or actually an actual person. Okay, let me show this.
Objection!
Boom! Are you sure you were really paying attention to what Detective Arm was doing? Oh my god! You downright words! Words that will someday be written down in the history books! somehow I don't think that those exact words will ever be written down in any history books. Mr. Wright, could you please explain yourself so that we can all understand? The detective arm fired 2 warning shots, and yet only 1 bullet hole was ever found at the scene. What? Only 1 bullet hole means the gun was only fired once, and yet Director Cosmos is saying Detective Arm fired 2 shots. No editor would allow such a glaring contradiction into a history book.
Objection!
Unfortunately for you, the witness's words are true. We confirm that 2 shots were fired from the Arm's gun.
Objection!
But there was only 1 bullet hole at the scene. Where the other bullet hole vanished to? Ah! You should know the answer to that already. I should? During the previous trial, a certain oxygen tank was presented as evidence. We already discussed that it was ruptured in the lounge, have we not? But it appears that the thing that ruptured it was a bullet. A bullet was found near the tank, to be precise. This bullet was fired from a .38 caliber gun, same caliber as the detective's gun. What? Okay. What the fuck is the .10 caliber bullet for then? The rifle marks also match up. There's no question the bullet was fired from the arm's gun. Bullet found near a victim's oxygen tank. Rifle marks, they are like a gun's fingerprints on a bullet, correct? Yes, we've gone through this. We went through this in the first game, Judge. I saw you the rifle marks on a bullet. Can tell us the gun it was fired from? Yes, again, we went through this on the first game. God damn it. Just don't go sin alone me, old man. One of the bullets of the detective fire found its way into the holographic image display. The other bullet came to stop near the victim's oxygen tank. The evidence confirms the director's statement that the detective fired 2 shots. A beautiful contradiction. Gone. All gone. So that bullet hole was from a .38 caliber, huh? I better update that record. Oh boy, more updates. The only bullet hole found in the body was a bullet fired from a .38. Very good, now we know the fate of both the shots of the detective are fired. Is that right? Does that clear up all your questions? The arm fired 2 warning shots. One hit the holographic display and the other hit the oxygen tank. Does that really clear up everything about what happened at the scene? Let me check real quick everything. How would she hit the oxygen tank? Is my question. Like, she would have to aim straight down for that. That doesn't make any sense. Retirement age rises. And there's just this bullet, which is apparently a .10 caliber. So yeah, no it doesn't. No, Your Honor, it doesn't. The arm fired 2 warning shots from a .38 caliber gun, but doesn't explain the existence of a certain piece of evidence found at the scene. A piece that points to the existence of a third person. Oh? Very well, but it won't do to keep us waiting, Mr. Wright. Obvious evidence suggests the possibility of a third person at the scene. Look at this bullet! What is this metal pedal supposed to be? You stated that something of great importance we found at the crime scene, Your Honor. You found it where? In a floor cutter at the crime scene. It looks like the police and prosecution both missed it. Furthermore, this is a .10 caliber bullet, making it much smaller than one of the detective arms .38 calibers. That means... Exactly! One more person must have been there in the lounge. The person who had a gun that could fire .10 caliber bullets. Ugh! If that's true, it explains why Detective Arm fired warning shots. This third person fired Detective Arm and Director Cosmos with their gun. In return, the detective fired her warning shots. Is that how it really went down, Director Cosmos? ha ha! It looks like you've deduced my miraculous tale of survival. Yes, you're absolutely correct. The mystery person fired upon us. What's this now? Why would you keep that to yourself? What? You don't breathe a word of any of this to me before. Ah, ha, ha, well, all great men have a secret of truth, don't you know? Foolish old geezer. Director Cosmos really had been hiding in the presence of third person all along. Director Cosmos, I want you to testify to the court about what you really saw. You may be a very great man, but in my courtroom you're just another witness. You won't receive a special treatment here. Now please give a great testimony. What the boy really saw. Detective Armor and I rushed to the control room together. In the lounge we saw a figure standing in the middle of the room and tearing on the floor. We were still on the control room and to the east when the figure fired at us. There were no third person in the lounge when they witnessed entered in. Does it mean the person who fired the gun had to be the defendant? Not necessarily, it's still possible that it was someone else. Most likely, as soon as Detective Arm and Director Cosmos discovered this person, they escaped through the southern door, the one that didn't have a security lock.
Objection!
Double-edged swords are a tricky lot. Mishandle one and it is you who is cut down. Huh? Your reasoning could apply if Spaceway were the killer as well. Think about it, after being discovered, you would have fired a point-and-caliber gun. Detective Arm would have disappointed by firing 2 warning shots. The two was feigning unconsciousness to invent the possibility of a third person.
Objection!
Mr. Starbuck didn't have a gun in his possession when he was found by police. There was a gun being found at the crime scene. His absence can only be explained if there was a third party who took it with them.
Objection!
Recall the existence of a trash chute in the boarding lounge. The defendant could have simply thrown the gun down the chute.
Objection!
But you can't deny the possibility of a third person living with the weapon.
Objection!
It's up to you to prove that possibility. I trust you haven't forgotten my little piece of decisive evidence. What evidence? Why the detonator switch that was found in Mr. Starbuck's pocket, naturally. Most compelling evidence of all that tells us he's the culprit. Ah! I did forget about all that. Look, your boldness, how deliciously obvious it is that they lack the evidence of the rival mine. Ah, is that a third-person theory to read and served it to us? Just like that. Yes, well, I have a question of my own, actually. The bullet that the mysterious figure shot, what did it hit exactly? It hit me! So does that mean you're a ghost? God damn it, Judge! I was wondering when you would realize it, your boldness. Director Cosmos is an authentic, bona fide ghost. He can't even pass through walls. Oh god. Ah!
Objection!
Professor Blackwell, shame on you for teasing the nice old gentleman. Huh, your boldness was all in jest. Please show yourself again. Are you sure? In that case, how'd you manage to survive being shot, Director Cosmos? I mean, it's a very small bullet, so it wouldn't cause that much damage if it didn't hit a vital organ. Ah ha ha, I'm glad you ask. It was a miracle befitting a great history-making figure such as myself. Only he made glorious medal of honor whereby it ricocheted, thus saving my life. What? That would explain that, yeah. That's unbelievable. I have to check this out. Oh wow! Look at that, there's one extra access star. The others are literally astronomical. I guess it really was a miracle. It's beginning to really feel like the Cosmos is watching out for Director Cosmos. Why did you conceal this information, Director Cosmos? A great man such as myself has to hide things on occasion, no matter how much it hurts. It is the plight of the truly great. It may be hard for this generation to understand. I don't know, but it sounds fishy to me. What else is he hiding? Let's just go to him and see what we can find out. Now then, Mr. Wright, your examination, please.
Hold it!
We already heard about that part. You have any new information? Well, let me see. Even a hour or two I could tell you all about. They had one miracle.
Hold it!
We already know all about that too. Tell us about something related to this incident. Ah, I see. You want to know about the incidents. Well then let me tell you about the many incidents that made me the man I am today. Yes, if you have the time I will tell you all about the upbringing of this great man.
Hold it!
You told us all about that already as well. What we need to know is what we need now is your testimony. Ah, did I really already tell you about my upbringing? I don't recall doing so. Director Cosmos, perhaps you could save your possible tales for later. If I must. Well, we picked in through the control room door and... Dora. Stand in the middle of the room.
Hold it!
But it was so dark you couldn't see this figure's face, isn't that right? Yes, the room was as deep and dark as outer space itself. Speaking of outer space, during the Hat 1 launch 7 years ago... If it is about that Hat 1 miracle again, you can sod off and tell it to go to a stray mouth. Ah, haha, it's an idea. No reason why the animal world should hear about my greatness. Oh my god, this one is completely off the rails. And so they shall, but first, your testimony. What happened next? We're still in the control room to the east when the figure fired at us. So in other words, you were fired while you were at the control room door. That is correct. There's something not quite right about that. Director Cosmos, the bullet this person fired hit you, isn't that right? Yes, it was a miracle befitting a great history-making figure such as myself. When the figure fire hit me while I was in the control room, was a commons full habit the velvet bounce of my glorious Medal of Honor. In that case, the bullet should have wound somewhere around the control room door. Okay, so Director Cosmos was in the control room to the east, and while he was there, he was shot up by someone with a 10 caliber gun. The bullet hit the metal, so he was able to escape with his life. He's a very lucky man. No wonder people think he's great. I'm pretty lucky myself, so if he's a great man, then I'm the king of all cosmos. Yeah, honestly, Phoenix has survived some way bullshittier stuff than him. Okay, I think we just present the bullet again.
Objection!
Yep, okay. Director Cosmos, I believe you're telling this a great... I love that. I believe you're telling this great court a glorious lie. A great man like me tell a lie? Have you ever heard of such a thing in all of history? You literally lied like just a while ago. The accusation is based on the position of the people who were in the lounge. According to your testimony, you and the detective arm were near the control room door, and the mystery figure was standing in the middle of the boarding lounge. If, as you say, the figure fired a gun at you from this position, the bullet would have traveled in this direction. However, we found the 10 caliber bullet here. Oh! Its trajectory and where the bullet was actually found contradict each other. Dr. Cosmos, where were you really when you were being shot at? Gah! Oh my god! god, this money is the best. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the human merry-go-round.
Objection!
Don't tell me you've forgotten already. Didn't the witness himself just tell you? The bullet hit his metal. Of this there is no mistake.
Objection!
In that case, the bullet should have been found near the east side of the room. I'm trying to say that you can explain this inconsistency. Of course. I think so. What? Oh, great Director Cosmos. Yes? Is there something you'd like me to expound upon? You were in fact not in the control room to the east, were you? You were looking into the lounge from the door to the south, is that not right? Gah! What are you getting at? Use your own brain. Your head must have some of use after that. Use your own brain. Your head must have some use other than housing the bird's nest. Bird's nest? Why does everyone pick on my hair? Director Cosmos and the detective witnessed the scene from the southern door. They verified that from there, and that's why the bullet was found in the south. Ah, that makes some sense actually. Also, the witness being at the southern door is rather familiar for this decision. Huh? I have a bad feeling about this. Yep, because that means that the guy could have escaped. How about the director? You don't tell the truth this time. How about the director? You don't tell the truth this time. Oh! Yikes! His handcuffs! You will become but thrust upon my sword. I release the chance to cut down a great man. Alright, I'll tell the truth. Just put out your sword away. You are correct. I, the great Yuri Cosmos, was looking into the room from the southern door. What? That's the complete opposite of all the testimony he's given so far. And now you have lost your possibility that a third person was in the room. I have? How? Phoenix, come on, we went through this. The director and the detective were near the southern door, meaning the killer couldn't have escaped through there. The western door required printed recognition. The corridor beyond was filled with smoke. The escape route left was the eastern control room door, and the only way to get through there was with Director Cosmos' fingerprints. Ah! In short, there would be no escape for any third person, had there been one. Ah! My third person just disappeared, like in one of Trucy's magic tricks. Maybe we should ask Trucy how a person could be. Well, he did actually raise a possibility. The trash chute itself could have been used to escape. Order in the court. Director Cosmos, why you tell such an outrageous lie? You are covering for the defendant, isn't that right? Yes, it was all for the love of my man. If I said I was in the eastern control room, it would mean that the culprit could have escaped through the southern door. But I meant that there could have been a third person. All I wanted to do was protect Starbuck. I said I was in the control room to invent an escape route for a third person. A brutal lie. Was he really covering for the defendant? It looks like we've come to a conclusion. The defense argument, the possibility of a third person has crumbled. No! Huh, it is over. Yikes, the judge is about to hand down his verdict. Think, Phoenix, think! This is the perfect time to try and turn my thing around. If a third person had no way of escaping the scene, then what if one of the people at the scene was the third person? Wait, what if the whole premise is all wrong? Director Cosmos said that he and the detective arm rushed to the scene together. But if that premise isn't true, if one of them reached the scene before the other one, that person entered the lounge, then they would be the third person. The defendant is the only one who could have killed the victim and shot the director. Doesn't appear to be any room for argument against these claims. Well, I render my verdict.
Objection!
Please wait, Your Honor. There is still one possibility. Oh, this had better be good, Mr. Wright. There is only one person who could have escaped from the scene. A person would be the first person who arrived on the scene. Upon entering the boarding lounge, the second person to arrive came via the southern door. So the first person fled from the room. The escape route that was accessible only to them. But well, let's hear more about this theory. Who is this one person who escaped from the boarding lounge? Well, who other than Yuri Cosmos himself?
Take that!
What? Oh, well, that's... Mr. Wright, what are you claiming here? Of all the people who were at the scene, only the witness could have escaped. The director is the only one who with the authority to open the control room door, after all. But that means... Exactly. The true identity of the third person is our current witness. Director Yuri Cosmos! Ah! What? Yeah, the whole point of his lie was to make it sound like he was going for Starbuck instead of... Yeah. Also, what? What? Order! Order in the court, I say! It's right, you all will explain yourself in more detail right now. I said the Director Cosmos arrived at the scene before the detective arm entered the boarding lounge alone. The arm arrived after that and... So suspicious figure who was actually Director Cosmos standing in the lounge. That's why she fired those 2 warning shots. Gah! I've been hit! I've been hit on the starboard side! Captain Wright! It's directed on the enemy ship, sir! Very clean shot! Warning shots fired from the energy ship. Prepare to intercept. Cosmos, you have told a lie in this court once again. I've been hit! I'm hit on the port side! You have called in reinforcements! Earth to Cosmos Control Center, requesting the permission to ask that you return to reality. My ship will not go down on anything lest they have to be a weapon of evidence.
Objection!
I do have evidence, in fact. You said that your battleship bears its scar. If that Cosmos is the third person or a Blackwell saw. Switch on fire the armor Director Cosmos with their gun. John that they fire her warning shots. Is that how really went down, Director Cosmos? Looks like you've detected my miraculous tale of survival. Yes, you're absolutely correct. Serious switch of fire upon me. This Cosmos must have been the one who fired the 10 caliber gun. The arm fired discovered him in the lounge. It makes sense that he would have turned and shot at her. Therefore, it's on the director's body is of a different kind of relevance than before. Once you compare it against another piece of evidence, the work that you received from the third party will be all the proof we need. Plus you were the one who there in the lounge. Arrgh. Brace for further impact! Comparison with this piece of evidence will prove that you were the one in the lounge.
Take that!
The 38 caliber bullet found on the floor at the scene didn't hit the oxygen tank. The Director Cosmos metal. With a ricochet mark on the metal analyzed, I'm sure the caliber will match up. If that mark proves to be from a 38 caliber bullet, we'll prove that you are the third person we've been looking for. Gah! The bridge is destroyed, close in altitude, all hands on the ship! Destroy the one of the bullets that hit the oxygen tank. What's the point in caliber bullet? In other words, was the bullet fired by Yuri Cosmos. Is that right, Director? No! You get it all wrong! What? Dennis have started again? It's a miracle! I'm not going down yet. Witness, somebody else wants to confess the truth. If you don't want the history books to say that the great man was a great liar, then accept your fate and tell us the truth. Oh, well, that's... Are you giving me orders? Me, the great director of the Cosmos Space Center? Ah! But the Cosmos revolves around me! Ah! Someone get me off this thing. Oh my god, this is so good! Order on the record! Will someone please stop the windows from spinning? Oh my god, I love this case. Yo, thank goodness we were able to stop the thing from spinning off the face of the earth. Ah, yes. You somehow took evidence from his badge. While he was twirling, I took the liberty of running analysis on the mark on the metal. It was made of a 38 caliber bullet, matching up with the size of Detective Arm's firearm. Ah! I need to confess the truth, witness. No, you're all wrong. It's just a misunderstanding. He's going to start piling on more lies. Looks like it. No matter how many lies he tells, I'll just expose them one by one. It makes a big liar that tell the truth. Oh! Why is there a pause already? This gives me a bad feeling. What's going to happen? The actual cosmos, a new possibility has been presented by the defense. The Otherwordly is third person. Ah, forgive me, I'm so sorry. So the great pioneer of space development is revealed to be just another fabulous cur. I have one question for the likes of you. So I'll send you off quickly, or very quickly. Ah! He's doing so much! Oh my god, it's so good! Oh boy. The evidence doesn't lie, Director Cosmos, so don't try to talk your way out of this. Fine, I'll tell the truth. It's all just as you say, Mr. Wright. It's true that I was there at the boarding lounge. On the ready for Detective Arm when she arrived, she fired warning shots at me. I was afraid people would mistake me for the killer, so I skipped to the control room. I went past the elevators and all the way around to the boarding lounge, so I went again. I came up behind Detective Arm and pretended to be the second on the scene. What trial souls on your what trial souls your all oh god. Why can't I suddenly speak? What trouble so old man you are, with such convoluted deeds and thoughts. I see, so then are you still insisting that you did not kill the victim? Of course I am. When I arrived at the lounge alone, I saw a true killer. The great Yuri Cosmos was a history-making witness. Now hold on just a moment. We just proved a few minutes ago the third person that Mr. Starbuck and Mr. Blackwell saw was you. No, it wasn't me. I saw a third person as well. If I were the killer, what would you lie to cover for Starbuck? Or just leave him to take the fall? That is an excellent point. Well, it makes some sense if you told those lies to go before Mr. Starbuck. Still, a lie's a lie, Athena. Senator Cosmos claims he's not the culprit, but where's the proof? I just remembered, I have an alibi. Miss Blackwell said that she saw the killer at 10 AM, correct? Yes, and? Well, I was on the 4th floor helping with the evacuation effort. Ask any member of the staff you like, they'll corroborate me. Director is not fibbing on to the court this once. I confirm that he has an alibi for the time specified. So, you're claiming that Miss Blackwell saw the killers commit the crime first time I am, and that you arrived at the lounge after that? Yes, and I believe the person I saw is the same person Miss Blackwell saw. Well, it was pitch black, so it was more of a shadowy figure than less of a person. I couldn't actually see their face, but it was definitely the silhouette of an earthling. So he has an alibi. We can't very well claim Director Cosmos was the killer. No, we can't. Then again, maybe we don't need to yet. What if he was really covering for Mr. Starbuck? In order, the defense supposed to have the director testify about the person he saw. Very well. Director Cosmos, your testimony, please. Oh, okay, it's a shot. As I tried to enter the lounge, the true killer inside fired a gun at me. I had to avoid getting shot. But when I tried to get to another look, they had vanished into thin air. I was near the elevator side door and, well, the lounge had one door. The control room door should have been shut tight to the killer. So you were shot at by the killer as well, and then they disappeared. Yes, though luckily no harm came to my glorious body. Otherwordly, the bullet hit the run's oxygen tank. No, because I heard a pang. Must have been the sound of the tank being ruptured. Again, that is very odd because Teron was in the middle of the room as well. Wait a minute, I thought the bullet hit his metal. That was Detective Arm's bullet, remember? Right, what a mess is turning into. So let's see. The Toxcom is claiming that when he found Mr. Teron his healer, the goblin shot a .10 caliber bullet at him. Right, but actually hit Mr. Teron's oxygen tanker after death. And the killer disappeared and the director went to the boarding lounge. When Detective Arm caught up and fired this warning shot at him. Judging by his medal, it looks like one of them almost took him out too. Good summary, but that doesn't explain where our mystery killer went. Look, Cosmos, I was wondering if you could elaborate on when the figure disappeared. I am ashamed to admit I tried to hide myself when I was shot at, but when I peeped back into the lounge, the real killer was gone. I rushed into the lounge straight away to investigate, but what I found was Terran with a knife in his chest and Starbuck out cold on the floor. So we have a culprit who vanished from the scene with no escape route. Vanished without a trace. It's truly like one of the great mysteries of the cosmos.
Silence.
A riddle of the ages, indeed. I'd rather know how female leeches such as you can be slaughtered as great. A great man is always misunderstood by his own time. He must remain true to himself even if those around him don't understand. Well, maybe the first true statement he said that all day. But how do you suppose this person managed to vanish so suddenly? Simple, because he was Space Boy himself. He was played by the director and Aurora, he could feign unconsciousness. Thus, they didn't take all the mystery out of the idea of a vanishing culprit. I want to raise an objection, but I don't have any counter evidence. Dr. Cosmos, when you saw this person, did you also see Mr. Starbuck on the floor? No, because he was as dark as a black hole in there. I see Starbuck until the other person vanished and I entered the room. That wasn't exactly helpful. I am prepared to accept your surrender, right or no? I can't find any holes in this testimony, but I can't give up. Mr. Wright, why don't you let me help? Huh? The director was giving his testimony. I detected a cacophony of Discord. Oh boy, here we go. Yeah. Which means he's hiding his true feelings from us, huh? So help us find out what happened to Urban's killer. That'd be great, Athena. Let's see what you can do with him. You ready, boss? I wouldn't want to miss this chance to delve into a great mind. Your Cosmos, prepare to hand over the secrets of your heart to me. I tried to enter the lounge. The true killer inside fired a gun at me. Okay, anger, sadness, and surprise. Yeah, those make sense. I hit to avoid getting shot. But when I tried to get another look, they had vanished into thin air. Was near the elevator side door. Launch pad one door. The control room should have been shut tight to the killer. Okay, why are you sad? Correct me if I'm wrong, but you seem to be afraid of the launch pad door. Oh, or afraid, yeah. The great Yuri Cosmos afraid? What basis do you have for that outlandish accusation? Whether I have any basis or not, you seem quite distressed by it. I am more certainly not. Director Cosmos? There's something about the launchpad door you're not telling us, isn't there? Gah! Ah, it's business. It looks like you hit the nail on the head, boss. Nah. Swarky boss, one more punch and it'll be knocked out. There seems to be one more emotion that's adults with his testimony. Go get him. Okay, back in the Matrix it is. Time to pinpoint our way to victory. I hate to avoid getting shot. Okay, so it has to be being angry then. No, the music didn't stop. I know, but I think maybe you made a mistake, Mr. Right. I think you're right. Let's take another look. Must be an expected emotion here somewhere. Okay, so it's not the anger he felt. I'm being surprised and afraid makes sense. There's a big lack of emotion in this one, when you would expect him to be surprised at least. Let's try... Yes, okay. You must have thought it was strange that the killer vanished into thin air. I did! That kind of thing just doesn't happen usually. And yet at that time you barely registered any shock at the occurrence. What? Why are you... Urgh. You can only think of one reason as to why you weren't surprised by the killer's vanishing act. Just had a good idea of where they went, isn't that right? And considering you were also scared of the launchpad one door, yeah. What? No, of course not. That's preposterous. Only I can enter the control room. And the area beyond the launchpad door was filled with smoke, making it impossible. As for the southern door, I was standing right there. So there was nowhere for the killer to run to. Maybe or maybe not. You went into the room to check on Mr. Starbuck and Mr. Terran, yes? But the culprit took the opportunity to suddenly slip out through the southern door. I laid out it as you recall right after I entered the lounge. Detective Arm came rushing towards it herself by a southern hallway. Anyone trying to escape through there would have been caught by her. The director wasn't surprised the killer vanished, so you're absolutely sure there was no escape route for the culprit to use. Let's input those two pieces of data and... Yes! Just what they wanted to see. Press the Tango, let's Discord. It looks like we're on to the right track. Thanks, Athena. Now to make sense of what we learned. The Cosmos wasn't surprised that the culprit suddenly vanished from the lounge. Points to the possibility that he knew where the killer had escaped to. We were talking about the door the launchpad made him uneasy. In other words, he's probably hiding something about the launchpad one door. We put these two pieces together, and one solution to this puzzle comes to mind. Cosmos did the real killer escape through here. They already went to the launchpad one door to escape, didn't they? Yes, I mean, no! Disaster to Starbot, you are going to crash into an asteroid! Master tactician, you are not. The area beyond that door was filled with smoke, wasn't it? True, but this is still the only logical answer there is. We just figured out what the director is hiding out the launchpad 1 door. We should be able to iron out the logical inconsistencies. Grrr. That door requires fingerprint recognition. Restart back Terran and I have access. And see how the killer could have opened that security lock, do you? That's an easy one. The killer was right there in the boarding lounge, meaning there's a way he could have easily gotten past that security lock. But think of it, we did examine the prints on the fingerprint recognition device. Provides that the killer used this person's fingerprints to get past the security lock. So... that's... Mr. Starbuck was lying unconscious there in the boarding lounge. Nobody could have easily gotten past the security lock by using Mr. Starbuck's prints. Actually, Mr. Starbuck's prints are exactly what we found on the device screen. Ah! So he does have something to hide about the launchpad 1 door. And I'm betting it's something to do with the culprit's escape route. But I don't have enough information to see the whole picture yet. You know, something just occurred to me. Whoops. We should open the log. Would you like to hear it? Huh? Oh yes, by all means. There's a security camera in boarding lounge 1. Right, the one that recorded the victim and the defendant. What about it, Your Honor? The true culprit escaped into the launchpad 1 corridor. That might be recorded in the security footage as well. Then the mystery will be solved. What do you think of my logic? Sorry, Judge. I hope you didn't stranger fuck you this too much for that, your boldness. Your pardon? Look, if we play the security footage beyond this point... I got you, buddy! Ah! Hello! Ah! Oh my, the footage is cut us. That's off. The camera was running on backup power, but apparently the power cables were damaged. Most likely by the after effects of the explosion. There is no footage after this, be it of criminals or space aliens. I thought it was such a good idea to... just because your grandchild is watching from the gallery. It doesn't mean you should try to show off too much. Grandpa wellness. Prosecutor Blackwell, how did you know about my grandchild? I think his grandchild just learned a little about the harshness of the adult world. Bless. Setting aside the issue of grandchildren, I would like to have the witness continue. Your Cosmos, could you tell us more about when you entered the lounge? If I must. I thought about getting shot. After the killer vanished, I went to the lounge. That's when Detective Arm appeared from the elevator side door. At the end, the detective shot at me. So you see, the killer could have only escaped to the launch pad, right? Detective shot at me. What do you think of Director Cosmos' emotional responses, Athena? I see my cat is really sick, you know? What? Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that. On top of that, my dog just doesn't seem to want to play with me. What? What? Why are you telling me all this now? Just humor me, okay? Now, when you heard about my cat and about my dog, which story made you feel sadder? So with your cat, of course, it's only natural. Sorry, that would be the natural reaction. But there's nothing natural about the director's reactions. How each individual reaction changes across the whole testimony will be the key. So it's not very complicated, but that somehow doesn't surprise me. Oh, okay, so this one. Or not. Okay. I already read this text. Let me skip it. Oh yeah, his surprise is very small. Yeah, see what he means now. Okay. Director Cosmos, why were you so surprised when the detective found you and again when she fired? Isn't that a bit unnatural? Sadly, even great men such as myself have ordinary human feelings. Our bodies are bound by the forces of gravity and emotions. And a great man such as myself experiences surprise on occasion. Yes, I'm sure you do. But the real point is not the fact that you were surprised, but rather that you were surprised what you were surprised by. Pardon me? First you were surprised when the detective arm found you in the lounge. And just after that, you were of course again surprised when she shot at you. But considering what you were surprised about, a strange phenomenon occurs here. Director Cosmos, what is strange about your surprise reaction is the fact that you were more surprised when Arm came. Sure, you were surprised when Detective Arm shot at you, but the surprise you felt when she found you in the lounge was much greater. Gah! Thought you were more surprised by simply being found than being shot at. Suggests to me that you were conflicted about whether it was you were conflicted about whatever it was you were doing there. The enemy has acquired a new weapon. Commence operation. Hide under your desk. Ah! Please tell me a funny sunk his battleship. Okay, that's 30%. I was thinking, let's Discord now. That must mean he really is hiding something about that launchpad door. Whatever he's hiding most likely has something to do with the killer's escape. Wonder what it could be. Was doing something suspicious around that door. Maybe we can spot some things between before he came to the room and after. I think Fulbright gave us a photo taken after the crime. Let's run a comparison. Let's see, this footage of the door before Director Cosmos. Oh yeah, the novice turned. I didn't even notice that in the security footage. Look at the Director lounge. Hey, look at that. There is a change, something definitely different. Director Cosmos? What is it have you two been up to over there? Finding the answer to what you were doing when Detective Arnold found you, that's what. An answer lies clearly in this footage. What we have to do is compare it to the photo that was taken during the investigation. Don't be ridiculous. You already don't have an answer to you have pointed it out already. You asking for it? This is what changed directly after the incident. Look at this knob.
Take that.
The answer is this knob. That's... Your Honor, please take a look at this footage. Let's see. Take a look at the knob next to the launchpad door. As you can see, it's horizontal. Yes, it is, isn't it? However, when we investigated the scene of the crime yesterday, the knob was vertical. And what does that mean? It means that sometime between before the director arrived and after, someone turned this knob. Ah! After the scene was discovered, you were the only one who would have turned the knob. Come on now, Director Cosmos, let's hear what you have to say. What are you trying to do by turning the knob by the door? Yeah, fine, I admit it. You're right, I did turn that knob. The knob is a safety lock meant to keep the launchpad in place. I was afraid there would be more explosions, so I wanted to move the launchpad away. You wanted to do what? Hey, didn't Ponko tell us something about how they prepared for launch? She said that once the launchpad's fully assembled, it's moved to the launch side. By safety locking, the boarding launch has to be disengaged first. I thought curious about what that knob is for. Oh, so if the killer escaped into the launchpad one corridor, maybe they were transported along with the launchpad to the launch side? I don't think so, the launchpad one corridor was filled with smoke. I don't think I could have escaped through that corridor. So where did the clear escape to? Huh. There are still some things we have to uncover. Director Cosmos? Or I guess you tell us all moving the launchpad in more detail. Fine! But listen carefully, for I am about to give history making testimony. Sure, old man. Why are you happy? I fear there might be more explosions, so I had to cut the launchpad loose. Surely the only escape the killer had was through launchpad 1. Why are you angry? But there was a sea of smoke. Confounded, where on earth could they have gone? Well, Eileen, I can already tell what the director is doing the corner now. I can tell he's having a hard time hiding his true feelings. So far is pushed then. Just to consider the truth shouldn't be that hard for us to break through. Okay, got it, calmly. I'm sure we'll cross to the finish line. Yeah, so why are you happy? I had no choice but to disengage the safety lock. It sounded like you were reluctant to do so, and yet when you did it, you felt some joy, as if you were very pleased with yourself. Ah! How do you know it? How do you know everything as if you were there? Pretty impressive, isn't it? This is the power of analytical psychology. So we have to explain why you felt joy when you disengaged the safety lock. I think back on the facts we've discovered up to this point. I have to believe that you were trying to fulfill some hidden agenda. Ah, how do you know about that too? Oh my god. Because I'm more or less a pro at guessing. But you have no proof that I had a hidden agenda. And if I did, I'll never ever tell you, so there. I know they say people regress as they grow older, but you sir take the cake. How could you doubt a man with such a great intelligence and integrity?
Silence.
You, a man of integrity? Don't make me laugh. But Prosecutor Blackwell? What came over him all of a sudden? You've spotted nothing but falsities since you stepped up to the stand. You're not the kind of man that will be glorified in the annals of history. Not for greatness, anyway. Unless you consider greatness bare-faced liar an honor. Liar? His words bite harder than his blade. You've done past one after the explosions? My, how naive you are. You fail to realize how even the facts themselves have betrayed you. You know, just a thought, but modern English can be your friend. Here's a thought for you, immediately following the bombing. That's why one was on the board in Launch 1's side. The police confirmed this on the scene. What? The liar? So that means the director didn't move the launchpad? Cursed by Jasmine for calling history's greatest liar to win the stand. Let's leave him to indulge in his lies and war games to his heart content. The liar!
Objection!
But it doesn't make sense. You can't deny that someone turned that knob. And once the safety lock was released, I'm sure the pad must have went somewhere. If we chase down the truth of this issue, we just might find where the killer escaped to. Ah! You're sure he must have went somewhere? We just might find out? Your arguments are nothing but conjecture, bluffing and wishful thinking. Stop chasing your fantasies and see reality for what it really is. Or you're not man enough for two, boy. Ah! Haha, talk about hitting below the belt. Young'uns these days. I don't understand it. I'm sure the director of Cosmos must have moved the launch pad. The road was definitely turned after we came to the launch, but the launch pad is right where it's supposed to be. Ah! Wait a minute, maybe I have it all backwards. What if the director turned the knob not to move the launch pad away, but to bring it back to where it was supposed to be? What are you blathering about? What if the launch pad was at the launch site before the incident, and then after the incident, Director Cosmos moved it back to its usual spot? All I had to do was turn the knob back to call the launch pad back. And would that be right where the police found it? Gah! No, my hair! Ah. You made him sigh like Mr. Starbuck. Was what I said really that off base? Whoops. Please, you don't have to explain how wrong your own logic is to you, however. A great liar turned the knob only after he discovered the crime scene. If the path existed beyond the lands when Orastor's wonders make their escape, has been recorded for posterity on filmless film. Alright. So to reiterate, stop chasing your fantasies unseriously for what it really is, boy. Ah! Get angry, Mr. Right, and focus. We know the launchpad must have been moved, but the actions and the actual facts of the case are in direct contradiction to each other. Well, maybe the two astronauts are actually boarded the rocket. So this could be fake. Think with body doubles after the incident or something. I'm saying I thought that's too far-fetched, even for me. Wait a second. Never actually boarded the rocket. My outside the box is moving. Hey, wait a minute. Maybe... Huh? Where's the black wheel? What if I told you that the two astronauts never set foot inside the launchpad area, but instead went to another place? What if when the director moved launchpad 1 back, it was not from the launch side, but from another place? What would you say then? Can existential bull or I'll cut you. It's right, you will explain yourself at once. I don't right. It was all the other way around from the beginning. Very well, Your Honor. Let me explain. The director's causal reason for me launchpad 1 was... Okay, let me reread this a bit. There's food in the launchpad area. Instead went to another place. Launchpad 1 back, it was not from the launch side, but from... Because he wanted to switch it with some other place. Whoops. I'm sorry, but did you say switch it? Okay, but still a switch it launchpad with. Oh, you'll be surprised, Your Honor. The text is a little thinking outside the box, and the answer becomes clear as day. This is what was switched with launchpad 1.
The Space Museum!
Take that!
That's what one was switched with. The Space Museum? In the past, the Space Museum used to be a launchpad 2. It's all the same features as launchpad 1 and can even be moved to the launch side. Meaning the Space Museum and launchpad 1 can also be switched with each other. You can't mean... Rocket the astronauts boarded was not the one in launchpad 1. It was the one in Space Museum. What? Balderdash! And yet it's the only explanation that accounts for every riddle and inconsistency. This Hall Space Center was just before the incident. As you can tell, the one on the Space Museum had already switched place. That's right, and with the two switched like this, the astronauts entered the Space Museum from boarding Lounge 1, so allowed the true killer to enter Lounge 1 from boarding Lounge 2, set the bombs on the rocket. Now think of it, the door to the Space Museum from boarding Lounge 2. Welcome, welcome! The Space Museum is open to the public every day of the year from 9 AM to 7 PM. Exactly, anyone could pass through the door to the Space Museum. There's no fingerprint recognition system on that door. There was with the two launch pads switched like that. So only Mr. Starbuck could have easily planted that bomb. Gah! With the setting bomb on the rocket, the corpse is knocked into boarding Lounge 1 and waited there, concealed. Ready to give Mr. Terra and the two astronauts. The two astronauts emerged from the Space Museum. Okay, give me a second. I need to reread this real quick. Okay, so. Meaning the Space Museum and Launchpad 1 can also be switched with each other. Okay. So last part was another one, it was the one in the Space Museum. Serious reason I got to say that is how the Space Center was used before. It's the last one in the Space Museum. It's places, that's right, and with the two switches like this, the astronauts enter the Space Museum. Boarding Launch 1. So the true clear to enter Launchpad 1 from Boarding Launch 2, and set the bomb on the rocket. The door to the Space Museum from Boarding Launch 2 is open. Fingerprint. In other words, with the two launchpads switched like that, someone other than Mr. Starbuck could have easily planted a bomb. Okay. Okay, I get it. Okay, I get it now. So someone said that beforehand this thing switched up, and then he set the stuff up in the thingy. After setting the bomb on the rocket, the culprit snuck into the boarding launch 1 with it there. That'll explain the lack of smoke in this hallway. Let's look at Mr. Terran. Recall what Miss Blackwell, Mr. Starbuck, and the director also a suspicious figure, who we can suppose after killing Mr. Terran, they're escaping to the Space Museum. The director Cosmos switched the two launch pads back, without realizing the killer was inside the Space Museum. The killer then left the Space Museum and made a clean getaway. Ah! Right or no, I see you know how to handle a sword and handle it well. I should call you Sword Master Bluff. A seasoned warrior who has cut down many a prosecutor.
Silence.
But unless you can prove your theory, it's no better than a rusty sword. That's right, you have no proof I switched the launch pads. Somebody needs to a better anger management counselor. The launchpad really were switched. There might be a record of it somewhere. At this point, launchpad 1 and the Space Museum were switched with each other. So get beyond the door should be the one that belongs to the Space Museum. Let's see, this is an image of the launchpad 1 corridor. You see anything different when we compare to the security footage? Huh? That number on the floor. Well, what do you know? It looks like we have proof after all, Prosecutor Blackwell. And if this is just another bluff? Oh, don't worry, it's all right here. Right on this footage. Proof that beyond the door is the corridor of the Space Museum. Very well then, answer this for me if you would. Why is this footage proof that the corridor belongs to the Space Museum? This number right here. There's a one on the floor in the Launchpad 1 corridor. But take a look at the floor in the corridor in the security footage. You see the number on the floor behind the astronauts? Doesn't look like a 1, does it? That's because what you see is actually part of a 2. What? Why is it a 2 and not a 1? That's because the corridor you see is the one in the Space Museum. Ah! Ah! And so that means the corridor in this footage was not filled with smoke. That's right, because the explosion didn't occur at the Space Museum. The explosion occurred at Launchpad 1, on the side opposite of the Space Museum. Now we know the two astronauts escaped from the Space Museum. The mystery from the previous trial of how they got down to the ladder is cleared up. Mr. Terran carrying Mr. Starbuck, so he took the elevator from the upper level down to the middle level. Just incredible, the two launch pads were actually switched. Well, you'd think someone would have noticed an event of this magnitude. Everyone was down in the basement shelter when the launch pads were suit back. There's no way anyone could have known what was happening on the surface. No! Ah! Yay! Noise level 0! Bye-bye! No lies, Director Cosmos. It's high time you told us the truth. Gah! My honor, my glory, everything's slipping away. Let us play my ultimate weapon. Galactic engine, ignition! Ah, it's going haywire! Ah, it won't stop! Ah, my stars, my glory! Ah, 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 no, not this way! Ah. Oh my god! This is fucking... Oh no! It's just fucking crashed to the wall, to the door. Bailey, for you're still enough dark witness. Oh, my bones are broken. I see we want to start a review before you came to any bodily harm. Director Cosmos, do you admit you switched the launch pads? Yeah, I admit it's true. I switched Launchpad 1 for the Space Museum. Ah, it is... it's good to hear words I can believe about a change. Before you do, Your Honor, two things. First, we don't know if Mr. Stern had a prior knowledge of this switch. As for Mr. Starbuck, he was unaware of his surroundings thanks to his medication. The way Mr. Stern should have realized the instant he stepped into the Space Museum. I had been switched with Launchpad 1. So the first question is, if the Space Museum was perfectly fine, why Mr. Stern feel the need to put on such a dramatic display? As for my second question, I'd like Director Cosmos to tell us why he switched the two launch pads to begin with. Please, I can't. I exercise my right to remain silent. But I will say, my hands were tied. I was only doing what I could to keep my men from getting caught in that blast. Director is terrified. Must have had one head of a reason to not wanting to explain why. But not a good time to try to pry it out of him, huh? Excuse me, but would you mind if I picked up my stars? Without my badge of rank, I'm nothing. I'll see why not. Believe I'm the director, retrieve his stars. It appears the possibility of a culprit other than the defendant has presented itself. Mr. Starbuck, is there anything you wish to say? I don't get it. Don't get it? What don't you get? Director, why did you do all that? From the very beginning, you were never meant for the launch to get ahead, did you? You tricked us! Mr. Starbuck. Starbuck, my boy, I'm sorry. I can't tell you the reason for why. But I had to live to protect the Space Center. Director, will I ever get to the chance to go into space again? Yes, of course. Or rest until it happens. I will get you into space again, my boy. The dream is still alive.
Silence.
Huh. You're not going into space, Starbuck. But prison, I won't have it any other way. Why are you so hung up on him? Yes, I accept that the launch pads really were switched. And there were a third person at the scene, I suppose they could have escaped. But I've yet to see the proof of this third person's escape via the Space Museum. Oh, that's a good point. Ah, he's right. I don't have any proof. Starbuck, you will spill everything you know. Oh, what? Me? Ah! Where did you get those bombs? Tell me now! If you don't, but it shall feast on your blood. If I'm going to die, I want to die in space. I have to do something. Solomon Starbuck, prepare yourself. Yeah!
Ha 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 ha! Now, you know violence isn't the answer, President Blackwell.
Annoyingly cheerful laugh. Be none other than.
Champion of radiousness, Bobby Fulbright here. Injustice we trust.
Detective Fulbright?
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Lawyer. I found not too late.
I don't believe we had an appointment.
I tried to hurry, but I ended up helping a little old lady cross the street. And then I had to break up a cat fight. I tell you, yes, it sure is a full-time job.
Is it a fight between cats or... why are you here again?
Because the defendant is the culprit, and I came to make sure that justice is served.
I don't have any idea what you are talking about. Fulbright, I always thought you were a bit touchy in the head. But have you finally succumbed?
Nope, but it looks like you've succumbed to this phantom of yours. Open your eyes and let the evidence of justice uncloud your judgment.
What evidence? I think of it, he did say something about finding some evidence. Oh my god, my boy, I'm so proud of you. I didn't think he was serious though. So what is it, detective? Is it something that will prove Mr. Starbuck innocent?
It is indeed. Have a look at this.
What is this? A lighter?
That's right, a lighter thought to have been used by the culprit, no less. The Suggestions cleaning robot picked it up. The victim's Clayton's blood, along with his fingers fingerprint on it.
What? Ah! Okay, my god, okay. Order, Detective Fulbright. Can I assume that the fingerprint doesn't belong to the defendant?
You bet, Mr. Starbuck is totally innocent.
My boy! You did it! This is it! This is just what I needed! Your Honor! This is decisive evidence to support the defense's earlier claim. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. The flesh, Your Honor. Recall where this lighter was found. Based on that, we can establish that after the killer murdered Mr. Terran, they escaped with the lighter in hand into the Space Museum, where they dropped it. The switching of the two launch pads occurred. Then finally the killer left through boarding launch 2 and made their escape. Meanwhile, Mr. Starbuck was found in the boarding launch 1 after the murder. Flight Director Cosmos has testified to. Therefore, Starbuck could not have possibly been the one to drop the lighter there.
Silence.
Our defendant had free reign of the area until Director Cosmos appeared. Could have dropped the lighter in the Space Museum during that span of time.
Objection!
You'd like that to be true, wouldn't you? Director Cosmos testified that right after he saw the mysterious figure with a lighter, went to the lounge and found the unconscious Mr. Starbuck. Therefore, Mr. Starbuck couldn't have had the time to travel back to the museum. No, President Blackwell, this lighter could only have been dropped by a real killer. Ugh. Most importantly, Mr. Starbuck's fingerprints were nowhere to be found on this lighter. Do you understand what this means, don't you? This piece of evidence unequivocally proves that Mr. Starbuck wasn't the culprit. Gah! This does indeed appear to be the decisive evidence that proves the defense's claim. As for the remote switch that was found in Mr. Starbuck's pocket, you can assume it was planted by the killer upon the unconscious Mr. Starbuck. No! There must be some mistake.
Frankly, President Blackwell, I've been worried about you. You've been chasing that this phantom for 7 whole years. I understand your urgency because tomorrow...
Silence.
Fulbright, you promised never to speak of that. Huh? Tomorrow? What about tomorrow? In the body of evidence, I think it's safe to say the defendant is innocent. In light of the fact that it was impossible for him to have committed the crime. I've been answered questions from him, so I look forward to seeing what you two uncover. But for now, discover find the defendant Solomon Starbuck. Not guilty.
Woo! We did it! Yay! Oh no, the game is slowing down. Oh no. Yes, we did Mr. Right! Looks like we pulled it off somehow, huh? With some help from Detective Fulbright. Okay, so Solomon... I mean, the verdict has already been placed, so it shouldn't be able to be changed unless someone suddenly dies and is playing with Solomon again. Mr. Right, Miss Sykes, thank you. Please thank Apollo for me too. You are the best. Around. Oh, I wish we could tell Apollo what Mr. Starbuck did right now. Yeah, me too. But that's going to have to wait.
All the verdict has been breached. I'd like to bring today's trial to a close. Court is adjourned.
Objection!
God damn it, that one now. You couldn't have waited until before he said not guilty, seriously? It's too late to object, isn't it?
Simply is impossible. Something's wrong. Prosecutor Blackwell, are you satisfied with the verdict? Fulbright, order results of the fingerprint analysis for the lighter.
Huh? The results? Well, I was in a hurry, you see, and then there was that fight, and well... I kinda got carried away when I heard the prints were Mr. Starbucks, so...
You have yet to read it?
Mr. Blackwell, can you read who the prints belong to?
Upon thorough analysis, the fingerprints were found to belong to Athena Sykes.
What the fuck?
So says the report. What?
What? Huh?
Me?
But like... As, I have many questions.
Order, I say, order! Besides, tell me you have an explanation for this. We as far as proving that this lighter could be only belong to the killer. But your prints can only lead to one great conclusion.
I don't know how they got on there, but I know I'm not the culprit.
This can't be happening. We built up our arguments piece by piece.
I don't think any of our reasoning was faulty. So how could it have led to this? Oh god! What have I done? Please forgive me. I'm sorry.
Order! Order! Detective Fulbright, stop your crying.
What in the world is happening here? It's like the world's gone mad.
Order! Order! I will have order!
This is so weird because Athena should have been with us, right? Confusion spiraled into utter chaos. After all we fought for, the truth had turned cruelty on us to accuse Athena of the crimes. Somewhere, somehow, everything had gone terribly wrong. We stumbled over the edge of reason and into the jaws of a twisted darkness. Okay, so I'm guessing this is going to connect to whatever happened to Athena 7 years ago and Blackwell. Oh, so we're moving into chapter 5. Oh boy. Turnabout for tomorrow. And you people told me this was the last chapter. God damn it. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh man. This is quite the pickle. So, from what I know, Athena is clearly related to the Cosmos Space Center somehow. Blackwell is also related to whatever happened 7 years ago somehow. So, I wonder how this conspiracy will all correlate together. But I will have to wait for next time because it will be late. But man, this chapter had more freaking twists and turns than anything I've ever seen. Like, it was just escalating more and more and more and more. Oh boy. But I guess we'll have to wait till next time, which I'm not sure when it will be. Maybe next Monday or maybe sooner. But I hope everyone here enjoyed. Thanks again for being here as always, giving your insight and your assistance. And thanks to everyone else who may be checking this out later. So I hope you all have a lovely day, evening, morning, night, or whatever. And well, I'm gonna go think very hard about all this because my brain. What is happening? Why is everything going wrong? Someone explain to me. Please, I need an explanation. But I'm gonna go for today. Hope everyone has a great time. And yeah, all that jazz. Bye bye.